Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Football Talk, and it's my second of the day. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about the New York Jets. Now, everybody's saying, especially after their last week's game against Baltimore, bail on the Jets. They're not as good as we think they are. They're not as good as they think they are. They're not as good, so bail on them. Now, I'm saying to wait a second. Now, I'm the first to admit the Jets' offense isn't the greatest and the defense isn't what it was 2 years ago. However, that defense is still solid. I mean, thanks to that defense, it kept the game against Baltimore as close as it possibly could. The Jets' defense only allowed 13 points. The other 21 points were scored off of turnovers by the Jets' offense. I mean, directly off of that return as well. Ravens had 2 touchdowns off of a fumble return, and 1 off an interception return. So really, the blame should not be placed on the defense. The defense is what kept them in the game. I mean, did you see Flacco's stats at the end of that game? If not, here they are. Flacco went 10 of 31, 163 yards, and an interception. Didn't even throw a touchdown. Alright, so 163 yards is not going to cut it in today's NFL. Quarterback has to throw for a lot of yards, at least 300 game anymore. That's just how it is in the NFL nowadays. So they contain the pass very well. Flacco, 10 of 31. That's under 33% completions. That is a great job by the Jets' pass defense. So really, the only flaw of the Jets' D is that they need some help in run support. But with it still being kind of early in the season, and you have an aggressive coach like Rex Ryan, that's very fixable. So with this defense alone, the Jets, they're a playoff contender. There's no doubt about that. But in order for them to be a Super Bowl contender like they think they are, Sanchez needs to step up. I mean, really, for the rest of the season, Sanchez is going to be the key. If Sanchez can't perform, how are they going to get that far in the playoffs? The NFL has changed so much. It's not what it was. It's a passing, quarterback-driven league, so Sanchez needs to step up. I mean, now Sanchez has 2 great receivers. He has Santonio Holmes, and they have an excellent addition in Plexico Burress. Burress, he's a huge upgrade over Braylon Edwards. Burress, he's 6'5". He still has some kind of speed. He's a great red zone threat. He's able to get that jump ball very easily. And also out of the backfield, Sanchez has LT. Now, LT isn't what he once was, but he's still a very nice check down for Sanchez. So, with these weapons, Sanchez has something to work with now. You know, he just needs to be able to make the plays. Now, he didn't last week against the Ravens, which also led to their downfall. But I'll give him an excuse for that game because I'll say, you know, with Nick Mangold being out, he couldn't get the protection. The offensive line didn't get their reads. So, with Nick Mangold coming back, it should help out Sanchez tremendously. It really should, because Nick Mangold, he's the anchor to that offensive line. So, if he comes back, Sanchez should be able to get some time to make the throws. He should be able to make the plays. And it will show whether or not Sanchez is ready to take the next step. And this week is going to be the very first test of that. Because they're playing the Patriots. Big rival. These two have been fighting for that top spot in the division the past couple of years. And the Pats, they're a very one-sided team. It's all offense. Pats are the #1 offense in the NFL right now. So that's obviously going to test the Jets' defense, but I think the Jets' defense is strong and solid enough to help contain that. So I don't think it's going to be as extreme as the Pats offense usually is. So at the same time, while the Pats are one of the best offenses, they're one of the worst defenses in the league right now too. So this is going to show whether or not Sanchez is ready. I mean, the Patriots defense last week against the Raiders, they allowed 500 plus yards against the Raiders. Alright, the Patriots defense cannot get people off the field. And that's huge. So if Sanchez can stay on field, keep running up the points against a really bad defense, execute with his receivers, and actually make the plays he needs to make, the Jets can very well win this game. So it all depends on Sanchez. The defense can hold their own. It's a matter of Sanchez being able to make the plays. Now, with the Patriots' defense being so weak, and I believe Nick Mangold's going to be back, I put my money on the Jets. Like I said, the defense is good enough to hold off the Patriots' offense from being so explosive. And if Sanchez has time and he has a shot to take advantage of the Pats' defense, it's going to be huge. So as long as Sanchez steps it up, the Jets will be fine. It's just a matter of Sanchez. But I think, if they can take over the Patriots this week, they'll give them that confidence. And if that confidence can ride out, the Jets, playoff contender. Like I said, with the defense alone, they're playoff contenders. But if Sanchez steps up, they can win some playoff games and possibly be that Super Bowl contender that they think they are. But we'll just see how it plays out. Alright, so that's it for me on this topic, guys. Give me some feedback, leave some comments below, hit me on Twitter, links in the description, and the little picture here at the end of the video. So, most importantly, thank you for watching, guys, and keep on tuning in.